when we were trying to name kind. We basically named it after my dad because he was an example of treating every human being with kindness. My parents have been the most important influence on me. My mom is a bridge builder, and my dad was this source of light, even though he had had one of the most difficult childhoods in the world. He was a Holocaust survivor. For me, it was an incredible example of the type of circumstances that I want to prevent from happening to others in the future. I was born in Mexico City, and I came to San Antonio, Texas, when I turned 16 years old. I went to Trinity University, and I studied a year abroad where I discovered my passion for using economics to build bridges between people. And while in law school at Stanford Law School, I kept working on that proposal. When I finished law school, I got a fellowship to try to turn that theory into practice. And I turned it into practice by partnering with Israelis, Palestinians, Jordanians, Egyptians, Turks. They were trading with one another, and as they were trading, they were shattering stereotypes, they were cementing relationships. At the micro level, I observed the power of market forces to help people discover each other's humanity. In some ways, PeaceWorks was the seed of all my success, including kind and other civic work that I did, but in some ways it was failure after failure after failure. You know, the first 10 years after law school, it was like no man's land. It was 2 steps forward, 2 steps backward. But then once we launched Kind, it was like a rocket engine. As I was working in my office till 16 hours and skipping lunch or dinner, I needed a snack that I could feel good about eating. And so I had the idea for a healthy snack that could be wholesome but also convenient, healthy and tasty. And that's how Kind came about.
Daniel started Kind in a basement room next to the trash compactor in New York City. It started as a line of 6 flavors of fruit and nut bars.
For years, you never saw a transparent snack bar. Kind Snacks was the first to let you see what you were buying.
50% of the products in the center of the aisle lead with an ingredient that's empty calories. For us, this is a very, very serious mission to try to lead with nutrient-dense ingredients that are kind to your body. We started with $10,000. It kept growing and growing and growing, and it doubled sales on average every year for 10 years in a row. Now in hundreds of thousands of stores, we sell north of $1 billion a year. It's valued in the many billions. Today, I'm still very passionately involved with Kind, but I also have a group of partners called Camino Partners, which is trying to help other entrepreneurs pursue their dreams and fulfill their potential by building value with values.
We're bringing the same cultural tenets that built Kind into this new endeavor. It's a very different business where we're investing in other people's journeys and dreams.
Daniel is an entrepreneur on steroids. He has built a world-class company that is global in its outreach and did it very quickly. He's built world-class charities that are also global in their outreach. The PeaceWorks Foundation and the OneVoice movement, which is trying to move Israelis and Palestinians toward reconciliation and peace. The Ukrainian Scholarship Program, it's about having leaders that understand democratic values.
Daniel's style of philanthropy is actionism. You see something, you do something about it.
Even before and today, about half of my time is spent on civic work. I'm still very concerned about building bridges in the Middle East and about freedom and democracy across the world, but I'm just as concerned about what's happening in our country. I helped build a movement called Starts With Us that has over 250 members that have joined forces across the political spectrum to say, we need to preserve what's made America such an exceptional country.
Daniel's accomplishments really are driven by the fact that he wants to see a better world.
Daniel is the most human I've ever met. What I've come to learn about him is just how impacted he was by his father's story. And that's influenced every philanthropic initiative, every business initiative that he's ever started in a very authentic way.
I get asked a lot the question of why I take on big challenges. I do it because I want my children to inherit a world where what happened to their grandfather won't happen to them. Our daily actions are going to shape the world we live in.